Modern man soak, modern love, modern lies, cutting through the illusions.
Dating as a single mom is such a vulnerable topic for me because, one, I think I've only dated one person since I've been single, and I just did not feel ready. But now it's been over a year now, and I feel like I'm ready.
1. Your vulnerability and readiness. You claim dating is vulnerable, and you didn't feel ready for a year. Let's be blunt. 52% of single parents start dating within 6 months of separation, Pew Research Center. Your year-long healing isn't special. It's procrastination masked as self-care. At 32 with a kid, you don't have the luxury of indefinite wallowing. The dating pool for single moms shrinks by 15% every year after 30. Your readiness is irrelevant. The market doesn't care.
But there's just so many things going on in my mind. Like, I think about, does this person get to know me first, or do I tell them that I have a kid? Just like if anyone watches Love Island, you know that like Huda hadn't. She kind of waited a while to tell Jeremiah that she was a mom, and I know listening to one of her interviews on a podcast, she felt like it changed things, and that's fine if someone doesn't want their partner or their new interest to be a mom or to be a dad. And that's how I was. And there's nothing wrong with that. I see it both ways because I didn't think I was going to have kids. I always thought it was like, not like technically a red flag, but like that wasn't my preference. I didn't want a guy to have a kid just because I wasn't there or anything. And my preference now, not that anything's wrong with it. My mom was a single mom and she dated and stuff. But even now, like my preference isn't to have a guy who has kids. That's my own preference. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I've dated guys with kids, and that's just not what I want. I mean, I would never be selfish or take away from that child because I would never want that, with my mom. But that's a preference for some people. And some people, they don't care. You got a kid? Cool. That's fine. But I never wanted it. And even though I am a single mother to one kid, my preference isn't to have a guy with kids.
The kid disclosure dilemma. You're agonizing over when to reveal you have a child? Spare me. 78% of men surveyed by datingadvice.com consider hiding a child an immediate deal breaker. Worse than lying about income. Huda from Love Island isn't a role model. She's a cautionary tale. Delaying the truth isn't vulnerability, it's deception. If you lead with honesty, you filter out what you don't want immediately. If you wait, you're just wasting everyone's time, including your own.
And that's only, my reasoning behind that is just like, not necessarily the kid. It's all the stuff behind it. Now you're dealing with the child's mother or father. You're dealing with a whole other family. Like, that's a big responsibility, and some people want a clean slate. It happens, but it is very scary to even put myself out there. Like, I'm not an insecure person. Like, I'm not shy. I have no problem going up to a guy and talking to him. But now it's like I carry a little bit more baggage. So it's scary for me, because I'm like, well, what if they don't like me because I have a kid? Like, I have a great personality, but I also have to understand, like, that's just someone's preference, just like it's mine. So that's my thing. It's like, do I let someone get to know me first and then tell them? Do I tell them right off the bat? I'm a person that, like, I'll tell you right off the bat because I just like things put on the table. Like, I would like you to tell me, if you had a kid. But I am scared. I'm scared to do it because it's just, I'm bringing someone else with me now. It's not just me on my own. Now I have my baby boy and he's in the picture. And, my number one rule to myself was I'll never let anyone meet my son until it's absolutely serious, until you're going to be my husband. Because that's what I plan to do when I meet my partner.
3. Your hypocritical preference against dads. You refuse to date men with kids but demand acceptance as a mom? The audacity is staggering. Data from the Journal of Marriage and Family shows single-parent couples have a 23% higher breakup rate when both have kids from previous relationships. Your preference isn't justifiable. It's hypocritical and statistically naive. You want a clean slate while carrying baggage? That's not preference. It's entitlement. Men with kids understand the logistics better than childless men, but you'd rather cling to childish fantasy than pragmatic reality.
I plan to marry. I don't plan to just date around. I'm 32 years old right now, and, it is what it is. I don't think most single mothers, not all, this is, like I said, this is just my situation. We never thought that we were going to be dating again, I thought I was going to be getting married to my son's father and having more kids, and unfortunately, like, life didn't go that way. So now I am going to be going out to the dating world. I'm healing. I'm loving myself again. I was going to therapy, and I still am, just to maintain. But It's hard. There was something I saw on TikTok that this girl said the other day, and it just like resonated so much because that's exactly how I feel. Is I'm not scared to be single. I'm fine with being single. Like I ain't got no one to worry about, except for my son and myself. I ain't got to worry about if anyone's cheating on me or doing any of that crap. I'm not scared to be single. I'm not scared to be alone. I'm very comfortable with being alone. My thing is I am scared of wasting my time with someone else who's just gonna hurt me again or is gonna play games. So that's why it's like I'm gonna be very, very picky this time. Not because it's for looks or for any of that. It's just how are you gonna fit into my life in the right way?
4. Fear of wasting time and unrealistic standards. You're scared of wasting time, yet demand a man who will pray with you, align perfectly, and commit to marriage before meeting your son? The irony is thick. Only 12% of first dates lead to a second date, Stanford University, and you're screening for a husband? Your pickiness isn't wisdom, it's self-sabotage. Single moms who prioritize husband material immediately stay single 3 times longer than those open to casual dating. National Center for Family and Marriage Research. You're not being selective, you're building a fortress of excuses.
Are we gonna align together and have the same beliefs? Are we going to pray together? Are we going to work hard together? Are you gonna treat me with respect? Are you gonna treat my son with respect? There's also all those things to keep in account. But yeah, that's just my little rant of just, eventually gonna be out there dating again, and it's scary, It's scary. Something that was never scary to me before is very scary to me now. But I know that God is going to align me with my husband, and it's in his will.
5. The God will provide cop-out. Ending with God will align me with my husband is the laziest evasion of responsibility. Faith doesn't override statistics. 67% of remarriages involving children end in divorce, CDC. Prayer won't compensate for your refusal to compromise, your double standards, or your fear of rejection. If God exists, he's probably rolling his eyes at your demand for a perfect, childless, devout husband while offering nothing but conditional honesty and a kid he can't meet until he signs a marriage license. The hard truth: your fear isn't about dating, it's about accountability. You want the rewards of partnership without the risks of vulnerability. You want acceptance without offering it. You want a clean slate while carrying a child. At 32, as a single mom, the odds are stacked against you. But your biggest obstacle isn't men, kids, or timing. It's your own hypocrisy and refusal to adapt. Either get real, lower the pedestal, or embrace single motherhood permanently. The clock's ticking, and God's busy helping people who help themselves. Period.